Starting soon. What's poppin'? Welcome back, Album Book Club viewers. This week we are reviewing Faith Crisis Part 1 by Middle Kids. This album was suggested to us by Natalie Shea back in our interview we did with her. Go check it out. It's pretty cool. Middle Kids is an Australian band, and this album is from 2024. It's classified as indie rock. It's about 37 minutes long, and let's get right into our review. We'll start with our top 3 songs. I had Bootleg Firecracker, Go to Sleep on Me, and Philosophy.
My top 3 are Highlands, Terrible News, and The Blessings.
My top 3 are Philosophy, Bootleg Firecracker, and All in My Head.
My top songs were Bootleg Firecracker, Highlands, and Dramamine.
I'm the only one without
think it's
Bootleg
just Dramamine.
Firecracker up there.
Huh?
I think it's Dramamine, like the medicine.
Yeah, that's what Natalie Shea called it in the interview.
Oh,
I think it's an accident.
Only reason I
I'm
knew
about to
that.
say it.
All right, let's go to bottom songs. My bottom song was Petition.
My bottom song was Go to Sleep on Me.
My bottom song was Highlands.
My bottom song was All in My Head.
All right.
Wow, nobody
I think
picked
we're
a
beefing
cop
this
out.
episode.
What?
Well, you had All in My Head in your top 3, and I had Highlands in my top 3.
Oh, you said we're beef.
We're beefing. What do you think I said?
Nothing.
Highlands is my number 1. I'm beefing.
Absolutely nothing.
Go on.
All righty. Let's start off with track number 1, Petition. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I also gave us a 7 out of 10.
6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it was not a bad song. It was just an intro is how I took it. I don't know if it was supposed to be or not because it was like 2 minutes.
It was like a minute and a half. It was
Oh, I
short.
thought it was
I
a
think it
little
was like a
long.
minute 44, yeah.
Yeah, it was short.
But yeah, it was decently well done. His vocals were a little quiet towards the end, but I think it was kind of intentional.
Yeah, this song was fine, but it was too short to not be an intro. And rules are rules, so 6.5 is the highest to get. But I also wish it was a full-length song, because this one was really good. It's probably maybe would have been in my top 3, or at least close to it. If it was a full song and had like a bridge towards the end that came back to that chorus.
It was pretty cool. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
It's alright. I mean, it sounds like an indie song. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wrote down, it's like it's a textbook indie song. It's like it just sounds something you would hear in like a coming of age movie. It's like I feel like I'm sitting in the back seat of some like beat up 90s car, and like the music's blaring over some shitty speakers, and someone's thinking about sticking their head through the damn sunroof in the car. It's like it's that scene, and so like okay, I guess I might have watched Percy Being a Wallflower once, which is one too many times, but nah, that's just what it feels like. And it's like, okay, cool.
Milk Snake.
What?
That's all you get.
Milk Snake. All right. I actually really agree with you, Steven, on how this is kind of textbook indie. I think it was a really solid start. You know, you have some pretty basic indie sounds in here, and it like overall this really fits within the genre. And that's a lot of comments.
You're driving an engagement.
Jarrell is threatening to listen for an hour.
Oh, Jesus.
But I think it works really well as like a quick introduction to this band's kind of sound. You know, it's really generic, but it's a quick introduction to what the rest of this album's kind of going to sound like. And they do diversify it from here. But I think this one, keeping this one short and sweet, And I really liked how it flowed into the next song, which is basically the first song of the album. So it got an extra point for me.
I didn't hear that part. I got a YouTube ad.
Damn.
All right, everybody good?
Yeah.
Talk about our next song, Dramamine, which I gave a 6.5 out of 10.
I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
Actually, it was a 7.5 out of 10.
I give this one an 8 out of 10.
Not a bad song at all. It was very flat though. It did not do any build up or any come down or anything. It was just one thing the whole
Standard
time.
indie.
And it was like it was fine, but I think I was in a headspace this morning of like wanting to bounce around. So
I had that it was just a standard indie pop song, but this was definitely the one that they made for like radio play. That's what it sounded like to me.
For me, the song lyrically is really solid, actually. I liked reading into some of the lyrics used here. There's a lot about like confiding in somebody else and using them to help build your confidence back up. And I think that's kind of a sweet narrative, you know. It happens to a lot of people where they need to confide in somebody else, and seeing that in music is pretty cool because I've had to do that before. I've had to use other people to help build my own confidence before, and I ended up really liking the song.
Yeah. I kind of like some of the things they did musically with this song. Like, I really did like the bass line. The chorus was pretty good. However, yeah, I mean, it's a really casual type song. It just, this kind of music doesn't really do much for me. I don't know. I think part of it's kind of agitating. Like this song, like this sound just makes me angry.
Makes you angry?
In a sense, yeah. I mean, it's not like...
Is it too soft?
No, it's not even that. It's not like the worst kind of anger you've ever felt, you know? It's just like...
Mild irritation?
Yeah. It's kind of like if someone was just sitting there and like every once in a while they just like scratch you with some sandpaper, just strike it on your leg or something. That's kind of how it feels listening to this kind of music for me. It's not a bad song. And it's nothing against the artists themselves. It's literally just
You're
the
just
way that,
outside
like,
of your genre.
Yeah, it's just the way that my brain reacts to like this. I think it's because I think about the people that listen to this music. And when people are like, "Oh, I love indie music," I'm like, "Oh."
Oh, you're so basic.
Like, damn. It's just I don't know. You know, that's kind of how I feel about
Hey,
it.
Steven, I hate to break this to you. I really liked this album, and I'm a pretty big fan of indie music.
I'm sorry, man, but that sucks. I'm sorry. you
what the
gotta go
fuck
through
are you two yapping about over there?
He
I
was
spaced
talking
out
about-
for like 3 minutes, and you guys are still going.
He was talking about how he hates people who like indie music, and I just had to reveal to him that I do like
it.
it.
Look, I don't hate people that like indie music, and it's like it's not you know.
It's
Steven,
not
we
the only
play
thing I
indie
listen
music.
to, though.
I know, but like indie music, like the sounds, the frequencies. I just said it feels like someone's just taking like sandpaper and just striking you on the leg with it every couple minutes,
It's like me listening to System of a Down.
which I don't get. I
Dude.
could listen to System of a Down to go to sleep.
Fucking screeching in my ears, sandpaper in my
Beautiful.
brain,
It's beautiful.
makes me want to die.
Okay. Let's talk about track number 3, The Blessings. I gave it a 6.75 out of 10.
I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
7.6 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10.
I mean, it was a decent song. This was where I started to realize how bad this album was gonna like play ping pong with its flow.
Oh.
Of like, it's like happy song, deathly sad song. It's just fucking like terrible. But it's got like a nice little change at the end, is where it kind of did like a build up. It was in
I
the
was gonna
last
say,
like
I wouldn't
minute.
Yeah.
consider this super sad. It's kind of more hopeful at the end than anything with the theming.
Yeah, but then you start at the beginning, and it's just fucking depressing. It's got one of those like.
You're damn right, it's depressing. It's indie.
That's so true. What's the fucking. God damn it. Sound of Silence, like the original version,
Mm-hmm.
where it's kind of like got that like poppy feel to it, but it's
Yeah.
just when you really listen, it's depressing as fuck. It's the same thing here.
Did you say Poppy?
Poppy. That's me. He doesn't even know that song.
Didn't know that.
I don't listen to a lot of Poppy.
I do.
The Poppy that I've listened to, Concrete and Van.
You're welcome.
It's
That was
just you
fun.
guys.
It's like some of the top 2.
Anyway, the theming is actually where all 8.5 points come from in the song. It's something that I kind of hold dear to myself personally. And like the main theming of this one is like taking some sort of step in your life too early and having a large amount of regret, and then kind of dialing it back and looking at like how those decisions kind of made you who you are, and how you count the little blessings that you received in this time of hardship or something like that. And I really value that kind of thinking. I think it's always good to look for the good in something. It's always good to look for the upside.
I'm sorry, but fuck all that shit. Like, nothing. No, not like fuck it, as in like it's your
Fuck
opinion is
you.
valid.
Not
But
fucking
like
doesn't have sex.
this song literally just
I
sounded
fucking- I
like
hate this
any song that you'd hear on the radio in like the 2010s. Like it's 2014, summertime. You're headed home from like soccer practice or some shit. I don't know. I never played soccer, but like you're headed home from soccer practice or whatever, and your mom flips on the radio. This is what's coming on, dude. I mean, like this is one of the 5 songs that are just like itself that you're gonna hear on the radio on your way home.
Think I drove home from school?
No, I said from soccer practice, bro.
Think I played sports? Look at me.
I'm trying to paint a picture.
And I'm
The
ruining it.
motherfucker get your brushes, not your yappy ass words.
All right, that's it. I'm done.
Let's go! All right, let's move on to the next song. You coming back?
It's still not bad though. Not a bad song.
All right, track number 4, The Blessings Interlude. I give it a 5 out of 10.
4.
7.
I also get. Shit. Say your numbers again. I was on
7.
camera.
4.
5 out of 10. I forgot it in the panic I just had.
It's just a long interlude, or it's just an interlude. It's just a long outro to the last song. That's all it is. I mean, it's there.
Yeah, they should have just put it in with
Yeah.
the last song. bro.
So
I was going to say my only kind of note here is that this kind of feels like if you listen to both of these songs together, it just feels like an extended cut of The Blessing. That's like my only note for this interlude. It feels more like an extended cut than a blessing.
yeah, I don't think these needed to be here. I think what they should do. There's 2 of these, and I think what they should have done is saved them for like the physical release of the album, where you're listening to it all the way through 100%. You don't really need to waste a spot on streaming with them. And I think it would have flowed fine without these. Like, they're cool to have, but either put them on or save them for a better place for them.
That would have also made this like a 12 or 13 song album.
This is a 13 song.
We made it 11.
11.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't
Yeah.
have been 12 songs without the interludes. So I guess that wouldn't be like a full album then.
That's still full.
Yeah, like an LP.
A full album's technically 8 or more.
I disagree
Really?
with that. But
I mean, that's
know
I
you're right,
I
but
disagree as
don't-
well, but
You disagree?
more. All right, next track. Track number 5, Bootleg Firecracker. I gave this a 10 out of 10.
Damn.
Damn.
8 out of 10.
7.8 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10.
I loved everything about this track. Her flow was great. The production on this one was finally like stand out. This is good. The backing track, everything about it was just great. Bass was grooving, drums were hitting spots. Whatever the fuck else was going on, it was just great. It was just great time. I was bopping to this. I listened to this song like 5 times.
This song was perfectly simple.
Mm-hmm.
Like there wasn't too much going on in this song, but there also wasn't too little going on. And that I think rendered most of the points for it. It just it does change up the sound of the album a little bit too, which I think is nice. But other than that, for me it's still indie.
I really fucked with it. but I fuck with indie. So, yeah, I agree with Logan here. I think every part of this song kind of just slaps. Even, like, I've had this thing with this vocalist's voice throughout the entire time I listened to this, where I kind of latched onto it, and I thought it was really nice. So, like, any time that that's pronounced, or I hear, like, emotion and some nice energy coming through, it's really nice.
So yeah, to throw a little bit more fuel on your fire, the music video for this song. So at first it fucked me up a little bit because there was like 30 seconds of nothing before the song started. But it is a one-take music video where she just performs it in front of a fireworks show.
That sounds
It's-
fucking awesome.
It's pretty sick. But the song already was good, and then seeing that was...
It's like that Dance Gavin Dance music video.
I don't think I've seen that one.
There's one.
Can't
one
hear
on, like,
shit.
A bridge or something. There's one that they're like on a bridge or something, and they're like performing it in front of a fireworks show. I think. But it just reminded me of that. I forget what song it is even, but
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Yeah, this one immediately got added. I got like halfway through the song. I was like in the playlist. I listened to it like twice more just off the album today.
This
What
one's
a-
good.
What else am I supposed to do with 8 hours of work?
That's fair.
Work?
nope.
All right, we'll talk about our next song, Highlands. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I give this one a 9 out of 10.
Damn.
Ow.
Gave this one an 8 out of 10.
This was a really, really good Taylor Swift song.
It didn't remind me of Taylor.
This 100% towards the end. All right, mind you, the last time I listened to Taylor was like Red. So
don't even
what, like
know what
fucking
that
2014,
is.
like Blank Space.
Okay.
This is
I
like
know that one particular song.
this is like that era of Taylor Swift to me. Towards the end,
For me, this sounded a lot like Beach Bunny, if you know who those people are.
no idea.
Connor, I think you do. You showed me them. With
That
sports,
is not accurate at all.
it's on one of your playlists. It's
Never
on
did.
work, too.
Yeah, that doesn't.
He
make
pulled
any-
up the receipts.
doesn't
I'm
make
not-
any
That's
fucking-
the
I'll,
only
I'll
reason.
fucking look, but
The only
don't
reason I know that
fucking-
is because I found it on there earlier, I think.
I do not know half the songs on my playlist, but
It's on one of the work playlists.
there's only 2
'Cause that's how
work
I found
playlists
it.
that are even available right now. But,
I have work 2, 3, 4, and 5 on my downloaded on my phone.
like, that's fucking insane because I don't even have any of them bitches. Yeah, I don't got any fucking Beach Bunny songs downloaded. They're not there.
Wrong receipt.
I don't know what that.
Fucker.
I don't know that band.
Hold on, I'm scrolling through.
This man's gonna fucking pull receipts out live.
Just search it up in your library.
Anyway, I'll start yapping for a second.
Oh no, I know I have it downloaded. I like that song a lot.
This song actually did do a little bit of building up, but it did it in the Taylor Swift method. So it's like where it's got this like big build up into like exactly the same thing, but just louder. Like there's not even any more drive behind it. It's just turned up.
As much as what I'm about to say is going to reinforce Carson's point, this sounded to me very much like a background track to something, like a road trip. And there is a music video for this one, too, that fully reinforces that, too. Because it's like, it's all shot on like a FPV drone of them just driving dirt bikes and shit.
What the fuck?
But yeah, it song felt like a road trip, and so did the music video. Maybe a little less than the song did, but
So is he fucking with dirt bikes or no? Connor, do you fuck with dirt bikes or no?
I don't think I ever had a dirt bike.
What's your favorite dirt bike?
I do not know.
I like those little Coleman ones you can
like,
get at
I don't
Walmart.
like dirt bikes. I like eating dirt, though.
I like eating mud personally.
I mean, both are good.
Well, I mean, mud is just wet dirt.
Connor, why do you have so many fucking songs in these playlists?
gotta
You
be
knew what
solid.
we were getting into.
They
Well,
gotta be sopping
I
wet.
found it earlier because I couldn't remember
Yeah,
who
oh
made
yeah.
it, who made this specific
Drippy.
song called Sports.
Huey Lewis and the News. It's an album, sports. It's got one of their big hits on it.
Damn, you got me with that one. I don't know.
It's like the heart of rock and roll. You don't know who Huey Lewis and the News is?
Maybe.
You remember Back to the Future?
Yeah.
The fucking Power of Love?
Nope.
It's from that movie. It's in the like beginning. Marty McFly goes and plays it as a goddamn talent show to the auditions, and the dickhead teacher's like, "We don't need any of that shit here." That's Huey. That's the motherfucker who wrote that song. Then he plays the wrong year Gibson. He goes back and plays like an ES 335 or whatever from 1959 and 1955 or whatever the fuck.
He's
Bro,
still
give
looking.
up on the fucking journey.
Okay, yeah, no, it took me a while to find it earlier. It took me 15 minutes to search through the playlists and find what I was looking for, because I have like 7 or 8 of his playlists downloaded to my phone. So either way, I just
of my playlist, and I downloaded a Beach Bunny song once in my life. I don't know
anyway.
what that band is.
Yeah, each one of your playlists is like fucking 200 songs long, bro.
I don't fuck around.
You don't fuck around.
I just loved every part about this song, particularly that sound. I'm almost in love with the sound that comes through here. Like,
You
I
really
hope
love
that-
Taylor Swift.
it's not a Taylor Swift song, bro. I don't know what you're talking about there. It doesn't sound remotely like Taylor.
You're genuinely on crack.
Dude,
This sounds like a Taylor Swift song that's been on the radio.
See, that's
Dude,
the difference
no, I
between
don't-
like.
I don't get it at all, dude.
I do want to point out that you had like no idea anything he said that sounded like Taylor Swift.
All I know, the only
Right.
Taylor Swift song I know is Blank Space.
I was like, you were like, I don't know that, I don't know that, but
the
you're
only
wrong.
one?
It doesn't sound like that.
Well, it's because every time I've heard like a Taylor ad or something, because you fucking
No,
see
they're
them.
playing all her
You
nude
see them
shit.
everywhere.
That's all her new shit. This isn't like new Taylor. This is like Taylor
Old
when she
Taylor.
was a corporate slug.
Is she not still a corporate slut?
Yeah, but now she's on
She's
top of the
she's
corporate.
independent, Yeah.
This was when she was like still dating minors.
you draked her, dude.
This is not new knowledge. This is not new news.
BBL
Can that
Drizzy.
be all 4 of our song of the day this week?
BBL Drizzy.
All right, we ready to go on to the next one?
You know
Yeah.
what? Never mind. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we're on to track number 7, which is Bend. I gave it a 6.5.
Gave it a 7 out of 10.
I gave this a 7.7 out of 10.
I gave this a 6.5.
I think this song was too long for its own fucking good. Shave off 30 goddamn seconds and it'd have been fine.
Dude,
it
you
was
could
so
shave off,
stale.
Like, half of the woos, or the o-woes.
Exactly. I hate it when the artists do that, and it pisses me off because it is a time thing. That's all they do. They're like, I can lengthen this song by 45 seconds by going, whoa, the whole time. And it's fucking annoying.
That's
It's indie, bro.
that's the
Learn how to
second thing
write
you-
lyrics.
Yeah, this one, like it's fine, but it was almost like I wrote this might be the thumbs up. It didn't end up being the thumbs up. but
That's
it
what I
was- it
wrote
was
for
close.
Highlands. I
It
was like,
close.
thumbs up? Question mark?
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't put a thumbs up on this one because it would have been the first fucking song.
I feel like that doesn't
Basically an
count. 'cause
intro,
That's
though.
an intro.
I don't know. It has a decent runtime to it.
like
It's
a minute 30. It's not.
a minute 46 or a minute 45. That is
Real
too
close to
long
my
for an
minute 44
intro.
Earlier.
It's too long for an intro, but it's not long enough to be like a full song.
Exactly. So it lives in the middle realm of pissing me off.
Exactly. But we're on Bend.
Correct. And this song should have been the intro. It's too fucking long.
Can we talk about the wild tone swap between the last song and this one? It's kind of like what you were saying earlier, Logan, how they kind of
Dude, they play
Go
ping pong.
ping pong with the flow.
Yep.
This, like the last song, it had me hyped up. It had me energetic. This one, nothing.
Yeah, it was a bit more somber than the other songs, in my opinion. But to me, I'm not gonna lie, like it really didn't change too much. I was thankful that I got to listen to this album outside in the sun. Otherwise, I probably would have had a much more like doomer opinion of this album. But like, indie it's just this stuff. It's
Jarrell, are you good?
Trails going crazy.
the difference between people like me and people like y'all is that I need some dude like screaming or moaning in my ear, and like
That's getting clipped out of context.
this is not it.
J. Watt
This is
Smith.
not scratching my edge. What?
He said
There's-
J. Watt Smith.
No, there's no way. We got JJ Smith in the chat. That's insane. Sorry, that's a super old like inside joke. But yeah, I just need that shit, and I'm not getting any of that from this album, or any like inkling that may happen. Like I just need that.
I think if it did happen on this album, that would be fucking wild.
Hold on, this dude
for
on Facebook
everybody.
Marketplace wants to be a dick.
All right,
I'm
let's.
crafting a response.
Call his ass out.
We're gonna
Hold
go
on.
ahead and
Yeah,
go ahead and move on to the next song, which is sorry about that. Oh fuck! I closed my Apple Music on accident. Oh wait, I added this album to my library, so I can just go that way. We are on track number 8. Go to Sleep on Me, which I gave an 8 out of 10.
Oh God.
I'm gonna just respond to that
Brother is
later.
yapping. Dude, can we just read how hard the first line goes?
Read it all. Let's just.
What, this?
Here, allow me to read the first couple lines of this. Holy shit, that was so logically and eloquently delivered. My guy, fielding offers on a desirable car is death by 1,000 cuts. If I shared my availability, it'd be death of 10,000 cuts. He starts you off with a compliment. and
Okay,
then he
hear me out.
immediately cuts
I thought he
into
was
you.
being a dick.
Give me the camera back, right? So this motherfucker posts a car on Facebook Marketplace and then decides, I'm not going to let anyone drive it, nor know when they can come to pick up the fucking car because it's a desirable car. It's a Honda Fit. Who desires that? Nobody. At least white bitches desire Miatas. No one wants a Honda Fit. It was made for people, I don't even know, with Down syndrome or some shit. There's a car for them.
That's going to get us canceled.
So that one can't make the Monday reel.
It's not going to get us canceled. Down syndrome guys are great as fuck, and that car is safe as fuck and for anyone that wants to look like a loser. I fucking hate Honda Fits. God damn it.
Coming from the driver of the Kia Soul.
The car's ass too. I drive a
Nah,
Buick.
for real, you can't say shit in that song, bro.
I can. That ain't my car. I got a Buick Regal, and that thing fucks.
Yeah, I've seen the Buick pull up so many times.
It's broken. I gotta fix it.
That's why I keep seeing.
How many
the-
years
the-
has it been broken?
the Kia Soul.
Under 1, or just over 1. I can't remember. I thought it was last summer when I got sick of dealing with it.
Carson, you're up for Go to Sleep on Me.
All right, Bend. Or wait, no.
No,
Go to
I
sleep
just
on
fucking
me.
told you.
Wait, whoa! I didn't even review Bend.
You got plenty of time.
I didn't even say my number for Sleep on Me.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Oh shit. 6.5.
7.
6.5, and I'll go first. I don't got shit. Song exists.
I liked it a lot. I thought it could have used a little more change up. It had like very little, but still more than like fucking Dramamine. So
I disagree, but
For,
all right.
for me,
Really?
this song is just the most indie song of all time.
Exactly.
It really, it is just the indie sounds, and they're there. I like them, but like, come on now, give me something, a little bit of substance. I think like the call and response stuff at the end was kind of neat, but I think it could have been done a little better. I specifically the second voice, I think it has a little bit of a weird filter distortion on it that I don't really like.
Stop looking at me!
Jesus.
It's the first time I've looked at you in a fat minute, brother.
By the way, Drill, we'll definitely get you back in here.
Hell yeah. I'm so sorry. No. So yeah, I actually kind of like the lyrical content of the song a little bit more. It was I guess it was talking a little bit about like emotional unavailability. At least that's how it
for
came off to
sure.
me. But like, other than that, yeah, it is kind of the same indie shit. They do a little bit of like fun stuff with the guitar here and there, but like I think it's more so the effects than anything else that really like do it for me. But even then, the song's just still not doing it for me because, like I said, I'm just not a huge fan of this kind of music, and I feel like it's kind of that opinion or whatever you want to call it, that disposition is kind of overclouding or overshadowing my judgment. Overclouding, casting.
Well,
it's overcast. It's overcasting.
We're here to give our opinions, and if
This
we
is-
don't have different opinions, if we all like the same shit,
That's
not
true,
really
but it's like
interesting.
we're also reviewing it, so I kind of have to come at it from like a relativist standpoint. But it's just sometimes I can't.
Mhm.
It's like you put this in front of my face, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not. I don't know if I can do this. Like,
Pure disgust. Somebody sits you down right in front of this album, and you just go, ugh.
No, it's not even a bad album. It's not. It's a good album.
But if somebody pulled it, and was like, "Hey, we're gonna listen to this while we're hanging out today, and only this," you would be disappointed.
Oh yes, I would be. I'd probably leave. Mom, please pick me up. I'm scared. Type shit.
Don't hug me, I'm scared.
You guys are on crack. I'd spin this shit just chilling.
I would too.
Weirdo.
I like this album.
Say I'm weird, and then we'll fucking listen to like Deftones. He also, I would also like to disprove his point of I need a man screaming or moaning in my ear. As on the way here, we listened to the
Jerry
joke.
Rafferty, who is moaning in my ear.
Listen to The Joker by Steve Miller.
Moaning.
No, none. We regularly listen to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Almost none.
Still speaking sexual style. It's Anthony Kiedis.
These guys are straight gooning it.
We listened to Loser by Beck.
Gibberish.
Exactly, no sexual anything in there.
In ideology.
Oh my god.
He's just trying to reach, folks. Don't pay him no mind.
True.
All right, it's going to track 9. Terrible News. Give it a 7.5 out of 10.
This is my third. 8.5 out of 10.
7.6 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10.
I did not fuck with the cut off ending of this one compared to the rest of the songs that have kind of faded out into the next one. This one is an abrupt cut off, and then there's still 6 seconds left after the cut off. But it is very. It just shows the fucking ping ponging of this album because the next song is a complete kind of style change again. It's back to that. I think the next one's more somber. This was the more somber one, and the next one's hype again. I cannot remember.
This is where I saw a big shift, was this song from the last couple, because the last couple were kind of on the sadder feel.
Yeah, and then
But this is where they brought it back, and it ping-pongs a little bit, but I feel like it kind of only ping-pongs towards the second half, and that's because they were setting up the end.
yeah.
I didn't think the beginning ping-ponged at all, but this is definitely the start of the actual ping-ponging.
See, I thought it did with just the lyrical integrity of the songs. You'd have a song where it was kind of that poppier background and then sad ass lyrics.
Yeah.
And then the next song would be the same background and happy lyrics.
I was just going off of feel of the music itself.
I was going to say, too, the lyrics kind of seem folky.
Yeah.
This specific song, these lyrics are cynical as fuck. In this
Folk.
particular song, they're it's just everything's bad. I hate everything. Everything's the worst. I hate myself. I can't do anything right. Everything's shit. Nothing feels good anymore.
Guess it's time to goon.
And it's okay, the cynical ass lyrics. I still like this kind of faster style that they do. That sounds a lot like Beach Money. So I gave this song a higher rating because the musicality of it I liked a lot. But the actual lyric composition of the song is kind of ass.
It's a night terror.
But if it's trying to be someone who's super cynical and looking at themselves in the mirror, which it doesn't really do any reflection, but you can see it's someone who's just hating on everything just to hate on shit.
I don't even need to get drunk.
What is going on in the chat?
Logan makes me
Crack
want
is
to
whack.
have a mustache. What?
Jarrell is
He's going crazy.
Jarrell is speaking Nigerian scammer right now.
Jarrell, how many blinkers did you take?
All of them, bro.
Dude, this man's high on life right now. There's nobody that gets as high on life as Jarrell does. Well, you can speak. But nonetheless, no, really one of my main points on this song was just the fact that it sounds more folky than the other songs. Because it seems like it's just kind of like attacking this big establishment, whatever the establishment may be. And other than that, it's just another one of these songs. I mean, to me, it feels just like listening to a Harry Styles album. While I really like Harry Styles as an artist, he's very talented. It's just not the kind of music that I like listening to. No, trust me, bro. He's a talented artist. He's a good vocalist. But
I thought you said musician. I spaced out and just implanted the word musician. I was like, he's like a mediocre musician. He's a good artist.
Yeah, he's a great
His musicality is not his.
Watermelon sugar.
But it just doesn't do it for me. I keep saying that over and over. I should stop.
So that's how I was on an earlier episode a while back. I was just like, this. Not only did this album sound not great, but it wasn't for me.
Sorry, Joel, just put in the comments.
How do you type? How do you spell? Okay.
All right, you guys ready to move on?
You sure that's a and not a huh?
I love that there are 4
Man.
people in the chat and 3 of them are us.
We're just making sure nothing crazy goes down when we're not looking.
All right, let's move on to track number 10, Philosophy. I gave it a 7.75.
That's crazy.
I gave it a 7.5. I'm right there with you.
I gave us a 7.85.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
We're all right there.
I think the guitar work in this kind of reminded me of that early 2000s, late 90s kind of punk rock. Or not punk rock, pop punk. Like Green Day fucking style of tone. The bass was really fucking good, but it could have been turned up a few notches. But also, I was listening through my shitty AirPods, which are officially retired as they died whilst listening to Jeffrey Pop.
Yeah,
Let's go.
We're more of the whoa-ohs in this song. But yay feminism. That's what scored as many points as it did for me. I fuck with that. But no, other than that, I mean, I think they used the whoa-ohs a little bit too much. But that's just my opinion.
For me, this is another one of those indie songs of all time, but I feel like this one was better than the others. I feel like this one, it has a little bit more movement in it. Its instrumentals are a little better than some of the other standard songs in this track. So I think it warranted, the half point, from the other, standard kind of 7 that I'm on for this album. Just because, that's where kind of indie ranks in my brain when I go to, just a regular fine indie song. Typically, it's going to be, a 7, 7.5, and this fits right in there with it.
By the way, Jarrell. The notebooks are here.
I thought that was Witchy's.
It is.
Oh.
Speaking of Witchy, come get your notebook. Shameless plug for subscriber plaque.
Shameless plug. All right, Connor, I think you're up.
Am I up? This one, pretty much, it just kept the energy going from the last song. I don't know about lyrically, but the tone of the song kept it going. There wasn't a ping pong here, but it's about to start the wind down, so this is kind of just getting us there. The song, it was good, but it didn't do anything super notable or crazy to stand out for me.
Steven?
About Your Side Forever, 7.2 out of 10.
He already gave his review.
Philosophy. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
We will move on
I
to
thought
Your
I
Side
thought I was-
Forever.
I thought I was behind.
Got a 6.5 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
7.2, I'm sorry.
Which one was this?
Track 11. Fucking
Thank you.
Your
for
Side Forever.
I give this a 7.5.
Yeah, to me, this went right back to the flat, boring kind of start of the album where it's just generic. But it had a fun bouncing synth or piano track that just never got explored or used well.
You know what it kind of sounds like?
Hmm.
It kind of sounds like one of the early Lord songs. You know how they kind of
Damn.
had that like synth / piano in there that they didn't really know what to do with it?
Yeah, it's
Like it's exactly that. And I just picked up on that like Royals the whole time. That's my only true criticism of the song. Other than that, it's okay. You know, it's a standard indie song.
It's funny though because I fuck with Lord.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but like their music is like they do stuff with their music.
Fair. That was a crazy comment, but
Crazy comment for the person who probably liked it almost the most in this group.
I'm just saying, like that style of music is a lot. It has a lot more momentum. It has a lot more movement than indie does.
it's more radio play
Yeah.
oriented. Definitely, someone with millions of dollars had their hands in making it.
Mhm.
This was probably some poor Australian kids in the outback recording with shovels and strings.
where are they from?
Australia.
Yeah.
I know that.
Sydney.
Sydney? That's not the Outback.
Well, if they walk in their backyard, yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It's outback.
I thought the Outback was in the north.
It's also a steakhouse.
Yeah, we got one right up the road.
I might even be wrong though. I don't know fucking Australian geography. Who the fuck you think I am?
It's they live in the part where
I've been in
there's people,
Australia the
not
whole
where there's
time.
kangaroos.
We're upside down. Fuck.
Fair.
We're on the ceiling.
Oh, that makes sense.
That'd be lit as
Cameras are
fuck.
upside down. Sorry, there was a whole B plot going on during you guys.
Yeah,
talking. Don't
I
worry
heard.
about that.
B plot, baby.
Yeah, but this one I didn't have that like blends in anything. This one kind of felt like a wind down to me for this album.
Maybe that's what it was. Is it was the start of the wind down,
Yeah.
but it didn't. To me, it didn't feel like a wind down. It just felt like it went back to flat.
Mhm.
And then there's
Well-
it was also the outro helped shape my score. The fucking interlude that's after this that is literally called the same title as
Yeah.
this plus some words.
So yeah, with this one, I was ready for this to be the last song.
Yeah.
And like I thought it sounded like a pretty good way to end the album, and then having the interlude there as like an outro would have made sense.
Mm-hmm.
We will get to where the issues with that come in later. But overall, this song I think would have been a better ending to this album than the one we actually have.
Does feel like a forced outro with the last track,
is still
but I liked the
yeah.
last track so much.
It was alright.
That's about where I sit with it as well.
Everybody else go?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. All right, we're on to the we're on to the next track, which is Your Side Interlude. I gave it a 5 out of 10. It's just a fucking long ass outro for the last song. 2?
It kind of pissed me off, not gonna lie. Because
Honda
after the
Fit
first
moment.
one, I was like, damn, they really didn't need to put this here. And then after listening to this one, where it's 2 minutes of straight nothing,
I gave it a 6.9.
You liked it because there's a motherfucker moaning in your ear.
So I just looked back and I gave the other interlude a 5 out of 10. So I'm gonna drop this one down to just a 4.5. Just because I liked the other one better than this one.
Dang. All right, we're on to the last track, which is All in My Head. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
gave this one a 7.5 out of 10.
I gave it a 7.8 out of 10.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I thought this was a good ending. I thought it was a forced ending, but I thought it was a good last track. Although the fade to black at the end is like exponentially fucking long. Like the outro of this is like 45 fucking seconds. Shave it to 10.
So this song, it's a good song on its own. As the ending to this album, it feels to me like they got a feature and they wanted to put it on something, and that feature artist doesn't do exactly the same thing as them, so they had to throw it somewhere. And I think it would have worked better if released this song as a single, not on this album, and then just have the last track and outro be the end of this album.
Funny that you bring up the feature. One of my biggest notes for this song is how they've handled the feature in it. You know, because I'll be honest, it's a pretty good duet.
It was good.
but their voices almost seem mixed poorly together, in the sense where they're kind of out of sync, and I can't tell if it's a stylistic thing where they're supposed to be out of sync and there's supposed to be this bigger meaning. The lyrics in this one are kind of and like the dropping Princess Peach, like name dropping
Yes,
Princess
I was gonna say the
Peach
Mario reference.
within the first like 30 seconds of the
That's
song.
wild.
Like it's like his first or second bar of the feature. He drops Princess Peach in there.
Did we not listen to an album not that long ago where they sampled fucking Mario?
Hecro.
Hecro
it?
sampled
Hecro.
Mario, but I was trying to think if there was another thing.
I think no, there was just fucking Oculus Rift,
Yeah,
Taylor
that's
Swift,
what I thought.
AI
Yeah.
porn sex or whatever the fucking Father John missed.
Oh my fucking god.
Like I like the contrast between the voices, but I just don't think they mesh well.
Kind of agree with that. I thought it was a good conclusion for the album, just because, like you said, it was kind of forced. It was like kind of had to be a good conclusion. They slowed down the album quite rapidly, with like the interlude and then that song.
That's all it is they either needed another song to bridge it or to cut the last track. And frankly, I would have rather another song instead of the interlude.
Yeah.
But
I just remembered that weird artistic reason that I like tried to put down in my notes. I did it very poorly. The whole like point of like them being like desynced, I think, is like this is supposed to be them questioning themselves almost. Like lyrically, it sounds like they're talking to themselves, not another person. And that's kind of why the duet doesn't mesh together well, because it's two people talking to themselves, but it's framed as a conversation, which, you know, that's a really cool like artistic piece. It could be a really cool thing. It's just it isn't done as well as I would like it to.
see, I think I took it as it's like was the same as watching a movie in like split screen, where it's like the boy on the left and the girl on the right, or vice versa, and
Yeah.
they're both like, "Do they even love me?" That kind of thing. So to me, it worked and made sense, where they were like off sync because they're thinking about it at different times, and it's also supposed to be that like showing that they're both thinking the same shit. It's like clearly they just need to talk. So it worked for me. I fucks with it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad track. I just have a little bit of a gripe with that.
Alrighty, guys, ready for flow?
Yeah.
I think so.
Gave
Girls
it-
back for the 30th time.
Woo!
I gave Flow a 7 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
I gave Flo an 8.5 out of 10.
I gave Flo an 8 out of 10.
Like I said, it ping-ponged a little. And some of the transitions between the songs were just kind of shite because it would be like just a fade out. But other than that, I
In an
did.
American accent?
But the album was short. It was under 40 minutes. So it's just, it's pretty fucking hard to mess up the flow in under 40 minutes when you've got like a general full genre for this song, like for the album sound. It's not like a mix up of 7 different styles. It's one pretty much throughout the whole thing.
For me, like almost all those points off are due to the interludes. I don't like that they're there. I really don't like them. I mean, I gave them a 4 and a 2. Like, I don't see very much point to them. I feel like they should have taken them off and released an extended cut of both of those songs or done something different with those songs. I feel like it's just wasted time. And then it starts to ping pong, and then I'm like, well, shit, I have to take off another point because it's ping pongy. So, you know, the rush down at the end, the ping pong, the 2 interludes that don't really need to be there. It's a 37-minute album. You don't need an interlude.
That
You
is
have
very
no
true.
point- You don't have enough time to get fatigued of this. Unless you're Steven and you don't like it
One.
at the start.
One in the middle. Don't even worry.
And
about
that's how interludes should be done. One in the middle.
One in the middle, and they're like 45 seconds to maybe a minute 30 if it goes hard, and sometimes talks about apple juice.
Well, the thing is
That one's 40 seconds. Don't worry about it.
if these were just as outros, right, would we be bitching so bad? I think the answer is no. I think if these were just long outros, because there's some sort of substance in them, we would not be complaining. We would just be like, this song's just a little long.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think just saying, it's an interlude and it's stupid because it's an interlude. Well, it's not an interlude. It's just a long-ass outro that's detached for...
My thing is like, if you
album.
don't want to listen to the interlude, either way you're hitting the skip button. You can hit the skip button at one point in the song if it's all meshed together, or you can just hit the skip button to skip the interlude.
Yeah, but I think we're being harsher on it because of that
Yeah.
word interlude.
Yeah, because that was their choice.
Yeah, that's how it's presented to us. It's presented to us in a different form factor than it probably should be.
Yeah, but the shit on something that wouldn't be shit on at all, other than it's a little long.
But they didn't give it to us in that form factor. And that's
So
exactly
the
what
word
we're saying.
interlude pisses you off so much
No,
that
it's
you
no,
can't
it's the
just.
fact that it's a separate track.
It's its own.
It's a
track.
separate track.
No, there's no
But it
quotations
is.
around it. It is.
If
I
you
mean-
hit shuffle, you're getting those interludes
Yeah,
at
you-
random points that are not where they're supposed to go.
Yeah, but if you listen to it straight through, on say it was on a vinyl, you're not gonna bat an eye. You're not even gonna notice.
I 100% agree that that's how it should have been.
So I think to say that it brings down the flow is just kind of ridiculous.
Like I've seen.
If it brings down the flow because the word interlude is there, that's
It's not because the word interlude is there. It's because it's 2 minutes of nothing both
Yeah.
times. It's no substance. There's no true substance to
there's
it. I
not a
should say.
song. There's a spot there for a song, but there's not a song where that is.
okay.
Yeah.
Take out those songs, right? Say they weren't songs; they
It'd
were
be
just
much better.
outros. It doesn't change shit.
No, if you take them out,
It doesn't change
completely-
shit.
Changes your average when Carson's throwing 2s and 4s at him.
Changes.
Yeah,
to
but it
shuffle.
doesn't change the flow. It
And it
changes
also
your
changes
shuffle,
the
which
shuffle.
isn't flow. It doesn't change the flow if you have the word interlude there or not. If they're attached or not, you can't. If you say it's a 6 on flow and then take out the word interlude, boom, it's a 7.
But what I'm
It's not-
critiquing is the fact that they chose to separate them out. I'm not critiquing whether the fact they should be there or not. I'm critiquing the fact that they have specifically chosen to take out both of those sections and make them interludes.
Correct. And I am saying that affects music overall, not flow.
But it also affects, like, I would say it affects my flow because when I get there's a break. There's a break in the sound when you go from one track to the next. Doesn't matter if you're listening electronically on vinyl. There's some type of break there, and it's always going to be there.
Not really. I didn't have
Especially
a break
electronically.
at all electronically. But Apple Music has it set up to not do it.
I have it sometimes with Apple Music. Have it sometimes. Like sometimes I don't have it. It's like kind of wishy-washy for me.
I guess
Depends on the
specifically
song.
like where you're listening also matters a lot because it's much harsher in like a car or playing over speakers. That hard cutoff, it's much harder. It's much harsher when you're listening to it loudly. Like you can just tell those types of things. Like a hard stop in a speaker, there's a little click. There's a little you know.
There wasn't a hard stop in this at all. It was a fade out, and it didn't even fade all the way out.
But I'm saying when the song stops in certain ways to listen to this, you can hear that.
What do you mean there's no stop? There's a 15-second YouTube ad.
Yeah. Yeah, even
Well-
people like listening on different form factors, it can matter a lot. Like let's say you're listening on Spotify, dear God.
Spotify did it before Apple Music with the flow into songs, so
But
you
Spotify,
wouldn't
you
have
can
that problem
change
on
it.
It's
Spotify.
the quality on Spotify that I'm like, "Ugh."
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
true.
But they
Well-
do let you set on Spotify how many seconds of like
Mhm.
fade in between songs. I think that's cool. They got that on Apple.
They do.
I don't think Apple has that.
Apple, you can't change the fade, but it does have it to automatically like smart fade into it when it can. Obviously, if you have a song that's like going from drop C tuning to fucking
But also
like
let's
bubblegum pop, it's not gonna flow.
let's put this on any type of device that's older than a brand new phone on Apple Music and shit. Let's put it on, I don't know, a CD in a car. Like, there's a break in the track. It has to. There's always going to be a break in the track. Like especially with
I
the
kinda-
speakers dying down,
I
turning
com-
off.
I
think you
completely
might be-
disagree.
I think you're backwards on that.
For me, especially electronic music, especially like in the car or something, I can tell when those speakers turn off.
They don't turn off.
Mine do. I'm telling you, most
Your speakers do not turn
fucking-
off. That is not how active speakers work.
No, your speakers, you can hear, and there's an audible thing of
It's
silence.
just when the sound stops coming.
When
through.
the exact the
That
point
is
where
not
the
turning
sound
it off.
stops
It's not.
coming through, and those speakers aren't moving, those tweeters aren't moving for that split second, you can hear it.
They are the whole time in this. I don't know what you were listening to where there was enough lag unless your internet was that bad. Because on Apple Music, even when you switch songs, like when I just click the skip button, there's not a break in my speakers at all.
There's always one in mine.
There's always one for me too, for some reason.
That's an internet thing then. Because Apple Music is supposed to download the end of that song and the start of the next one, so there isn't a break.
Oh. Huh.
That's why when you lose like phone reception, you can skip to the next song and it'll still play throughout.
Mine doesn't do that.
Oh,
Mine doesn't do that.
that's why.
He's offering me
Okay,
a job over Facebook Messenger.
Wait, hold on. There's a whole subplot.
there is over here.
Dude, I've just been looking at the notifications for these messages. I haven't read them yet. But I think bro's offering me a job over Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, when I lose internet connection on my phone and I'm listening to music, it hard stops. It
That's
does not
okay.
like go into like another 15 seconds or anything. I'm talking hard stop silence.
Stupid. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, mine will usually like crackle or pop,
Yeah,
no
I've
matter what I'm listening to.
never in my life had that problem. I think also,
That's
I can
interesting.
guarantee you, I would even put $100 on it. If you put this on a vinyl and put it in front of someone, didn't show them a track list, they're not saying shit about that
No,
being an interlude or
he's
shit
right.
about it being anything else about the flow other than it was a little long.
Yeah,
So
but
I think us seeing
that's-
it on a track list
Yeah.
is genuinely affecting the flow rating.
It's not affecting my flow rating.
No, but
I-
it has clearly affected Carson's
Yeah.
because he started out with I fucking hate interludes.
Yeah. No, they definitely interludes in general do affect my flow. I don't. It's something kind of specific to me, I guess,
That's actually
because
so funny
now that
considering
we've
the purpose of the interlude.
now that we've learned now that we've learned that me and Steven kind of have that same like speaker
I
crackle
said you
thing.
and Steven need to figure your fucking phone plans out because I got the shittiest phone network in America and I don't have that problem. I work in a goddamn metal box all day.
It doesn't matter where
is
I
that
am.
a setting? Yeah, it doesn't matter where I am either.
Maybe do you guys keep all of your like sound haptic shit updated for like Dolby Atmos and everything?
What?
Yeah, my shit is always set to like Atmos. I always have my.
What
phone
headphones
updated.
do you use?
Sony's.
That it may be a firmware problem.
I'm on Sony's. And
Oh, yeah, you don't
I'm
have
on
the-
Sony's, and the only time I hear a break in
think
the
it-
sound is when
When
the
it's
fucking
over.
ad plays.
Or
I
that,
think
yeah.
it might be my fucking Apple Music then.
It
Is
could
there like a
be.
setting I have to change?
I didn't have to. It automatically did everything for me.
I have a fucking old phone though.
I have a 12.
I only have an 11.
I have a 15 Pro, bro.
Oh, 11 might not have it.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Atmos barely
Music.
works.
Do you have like 17?
I had
iOS
it-
17?
Hey, when I had my 10, I had it.
Oh. Then
Yeah,
no, I
you-
think
you
your
don't have
Apple
it.
Music's just fucked. You need to fix your Apple Music. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, my phone speakers in general are also fucked, so that might also be affecting this.
I'm only saying that
But I'm
because
listening through headphones.
I missed both of
What
these
do
interludes.
these motherfuckers mean by
twice.
Because what they mean by
I did
crossfade
not.
is
I
definitely
had
not
to
what
go
crossfade
back
means.
and listen to it and then be like, I completely missed this because I thought it was just the outro attached. And I even made comments that they were just outros.
I listened to them both once, and then I skipped them on my other two playthroughs.
Oh, I
I
listened
was
to
just
it like
aware
3
of
times.
where they were, so I like knew they were. I didn't miss them, but I was.
Oh, yeah, you
actively
can change
looking.
the duration of your like the fade between
Apple?
songs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
It defaults at 4 seconds, but you can go from 1 to 12 seconds.
Yeah, that Spotify. I knew Spotify did that.
I
didn't
had
know
my
to put that
crossfade
in.
turned off.
Turn crossfade on.
That's probably what it is.
That's 100% what it is.
But then it like just sounds like a DJ's mixing on my music.
No, it doesn't. Crossfade legit just I've only ever had to do it when they work together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like it doesn't work when it's like a stark difference, but when they're like close enough keys, it'll just flow well.
Really? There's a
That's how I listen to albums. Is the only way to
there is a caveat to that though. It doesn't work over AirPlay.
over AirPlay.
Yeah. Which
I don't
guess.
do AirPlay.
Honestly, I don't think that's
I
it.
don't. I don't even
AirPlay
have
is when you're
lossless
going over to
audio
like a
on.
TV.
Oh, is that what that?
I don't even have lossless audio.
Brother, what?
Motherfucker listening on the worst quality he possibly can.
No
It's not
wonder I've
Spotify.
hated some albums. Yeah, I have crossfade off. I have soundcheck off. Adobe Atmos is on automatic, not on.
No. Set that to automatic because there are songs that it'll be on for and it makes them sound bad.
My audio. My audio
There's
quality
some
is
songs
not
that sound
lossless.
completely different though. Like there are some songs on Dolby Atmos, like Simple Man, or like the Skynyrd songs, where it's like I'm in the room right now and they're playing this shit.
I listen to like some orchestral shit with that, and when I tell you that is the only way I'll ever do that again, I put on my like studio monitors. I was just fucking in
I
heaven.
wonder if I'll hate interludes less now.
Well, I think
Because every
I
time
think
I've
these-
heard that hard stop.
these are the special cases where this is the only time you'll ever see me stick up for an interlude.
Yeah.
But that's because I don't see it as a true interlude. Fuck what's on the track list, right? Take that knowledge away from us. Say we just heard this, like your friend bought the cassette, put it in, or whatever the fuck, and we didn't have the internet. you're not gonna know that's an interlude.
I'd
Yeah, but
still
they
be
also-
trying to skip to the next song.
It's also the way they title them too.
I'd
Yeah.
still be trying to skip to the next song.
They titled it like it's an
I don't
outro.
think you would. You wouldn't.
I
know
don't-
That, you wouldn't know that part was playing.
Well, that's the thing. These consist for me. These don't have much substance, if any at all. Like, there's like nothing there, kind of, and that's why I don't like them so much. They're just kind of.
It's a classic minute-and-a-half outro.
I-
You
I mean, the
gotta
thing is there is some work in them through the instrumentation that I was able to like recognize, and there is some faint amount of wording in them. So it's like there is substance there, and to me, it is just enough to go into the next song, which is why that's the only reason I think they work. But I think calling them like obviously in the track listing, I gave them shit scores, but I think flow wise, they're not even a problem. They're not even a thought in my head.
I said it in my first, in the first one that came up. Just leave it for physical release when you're not gonna know it's there. Yeah, I don't think it needs a spot on the album as its own song, but
Yeah,
don't get rid of them.
Club going up on a Tuesday.
I mean, even like with what I was saying earlier,
Oh,
an
I'm
extended cut release of those two songs wouldn't be that bad either.
I don't even think you need to extended cut it. Literally, just make it the song. It's not even extended cut. Just make it the damn song.
Yeah.
It already is.
Honestly, if they were part of the songs, it would probably only drop those songs scores by like half a point because
They're like-
it has a long outro.
They would just be 4-minute songs. That's it. Because they don't really have an outro on them as is. They just kind of like cut the outros off. This is stupid. I think it's stupid in like a track listing sense.
Yeah.
Flow wise, I don't fucking care. It ain't there.
But it fits with some of the other songs with abrupt endings.
Dude, there's one song with an abrupt ending. It pissed me off that it was an abrupt ending because I was like, really? That's how you do that? You got 2 fucking outro interludes and an abrupt ending?
Don't get me started about abrupt endings. Remember Father John Misty where they cut the bell in half?
Oh my fucking god!
I
don't ever want to. I don't even want to remember listening to that album.
That
Oh
album
God.
fucking sucked.
Anyways, what about the music overall?
I was gonna do album art as we have moved music overall to last
That's fair.
because Logan's notes
Should
are
make
wrong.
An official list or official, like a new standard. sheet
Probably.
for it.
I gave album art a 10 out of 10.
Wild. I gave album art a 6 out of 10.
I got an 8.5.
I gave it a 7.5.
I love the album art. It just
Glazing.
fucks. Not even, dude.
He's just a fan of blonde white girls.
I
Swear
don't
to
even
God.
care. That's not even the part. I think it encapsulates what you're gonna get into. This to me is a.
White girl music. Yeah.
It's just sad, angsty white bitch. Meant for book talk, and I like that the book is purple. It fucks, and I like that it's the title of the fucking album.
The purple
It's-
provides great contrast with the yellow.
It's a good subtlety thing. I think that she looks photoshopped on, but they blurred it enough for me to not really pay attention if I just look at it. And if I saw this on a store shelf and picked it up and expected anything other than what we got, I would be disappointed. This is about
This is a
as close to it
pick-upable
as
album.
it can.
Yeah.
This to me is the best representation of what you're going to get into, how it's going to sound, and how it's going to make you feel that I've seen on an album art since like way back when. Since I believe the last 10 out of 10, not EP art, which was in season 1.
This is just like. This is an album.
I know what you're talking about.
It's just an album. Like that's how I see it. It's like it's an album.
It's a very basic album art.
An album of all time.
I would have thought it was basic if the book wasn't there. That was the big determining factor. Because they could have taken the book away, and it had just been a sad, angsty white girl with blonde hair on the cover, and then you would mostly understand it, right? But then they put the title on there in not a stupid way. I don't think it's stupid. I think it fits theme-wise. I think it's not forced. It just works.
I didn't even notice the title at first, and that's like the best factor where you can be like, okay, title isn't like screaming in my face, like big bold text.
Like System of a Down.
Yeah. But there is one other particular thing that I can't really show the stream, but I'll show you guys in a minute. The person on the cover looks a lot like one of my cousins, and I was weirded out for like a solid little bit about it. Christy, if you know who that is.
Oh, okay. I
trying
think
to
I've
say?
seen one picture.
No, it like weirded me out. I was like, that looks a lot like my cousin. Like, weirdly so.
Get rid of this. It's great.
True.
Get rid of the red. It's great. You don't need it.
I honestly didn't even notice the red before. I never looked at it.
That was my only issue with it.
What, the part 1 in red? Oh, in System of a Down.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought you meant on this one. I'm like, her shirt
It's
is
their
red.
first
Connor,
album.
don't tell her to get
I
naked.
don't think you.
It's not their first album.
Is it not?
No, it's their first like big album. But they made shit before that.
I thought that was their first like official one.
I think it's their first like studio album.
Yeah, yeah.
But they've made other albums in the past that are still on Apple Music.
There's one that I didn't see.
That's Toxicity's the first one with Surge, I thought.
No, they always had the same band members. Surge was always in the
System
band.
of a Down has changed someone at the like very start. Like when I'm
There's-
talking very start, I'm talking like Beatles early.
It might have been guitar or
like,
bass,
start.
but I think Surge was always in the band.
I thought they brought him in after trying. Oh no, I'm thinking of Slipknot that did that early on. But I thought System of a Down brought someone in like before they were like a thing, kind of thing.
What?
Look at the face, the nose.
She looks like a ghost.
Damn, cousin.
Right? like suspiciously so,
You better
right?
start calling her up asking for a piece of the pie, bro. That's fucked up.
I'll show you guys after.
Yeah, I think it fucks as an album art. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I think it fits. 100%.
I say the only thing is that we've all said before we don't know how to rank album art, and I think if this hits all the criteria
do.
I need to fucking buy a goddamn album and understand what it's about, this is it. If someone
think-
picked this up off the shelf, they're gonna be like, I think I know what I'm getting into.
So with me, I think if it's above like a 6 out of 10, it has potential for me to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
If it's below it, I will not pick it up solely based on album art, even if I like the album. I think that's kind of where I sit with it.
Very fair.
I think album art is so hard to rate because it's so subjective.
That shit is so easy, bro. Are you kidding me? You just look at it.
But it's
What's the vibe? Does the vibe fit the album? No. Bad rating.
But the
But it
vibe
could
of
be a
this
really
one
cool piece
matched
of
the
art.
album.
Yeah, I gave it an 8.5.
Why isn't it a 10? Because by your logic, it's a 10.
No. I mean, it's not just that. That's the start of it, though,
which
and
is
that's
what
most
makes
of
it
it.
subjective.
Yeah, it's subjective, but subjectivity isn't that hard. It's your fucking opinion.
But it's gonna be different between all four of us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
We
why
have
they're
4
so
different
hard to
brains.
rate.
It's not hard. Use your brain. Don't use his brain or my brain. Use your brain to rate it. It's easy, bro.
That's not what we're talking about. Hard to rate means something different in my brain than it does yours. I mean, it's hard to come to a consensus. That's what I'm trying
Words
to
he's
A
saying
consent.
are also subjective.
There's no need for a consensus. It's your opinion.
The whole fucking show is your goddamn opinion.
It's actually collectively our opinions. Communism.
Move on. Go to music overall.
All right, let's go music overall. Do we do group session time for this one or no? I don't remember.
I think we don't. I think it's the only one that stays the same.
Cool. I give music overall 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a good album. Great vibes for like those Monday blues, you know, where you're like, I'm back at work. This is a good album to put on, I think, for that. That's perfect for it. It's pretty good production throughout. It's really solid tracks. Like I said, you guys hated on the fucking interludes. If you just listen to this without looking at the track list, I think it's fine. It's 37 minutes. It's not a track. It's just a good background album.
Mm-hmm.
Even so, for me, I think this is a great. For me personally, this was a great driving album. I really like driving to it. But like I said, my phone apparently not having the right settings was causing some breaks in Apple Music and causing interludes to be way harsher than they should have been. So maybe I'm gonna have to take another listen on the way home.
I can promise you the Janet Jackson ones were still ass.
Okay, good.
Every interlude up until this point has not been defendable, and I've had this feature, which I don't know how yours didn't get turned on because I've not fucked with my Apple Music settings at all.
I mean, I haven't
I always
either.
fuck
But
with mine.
wait, hold on. I got my phone the day it came out. And I've
Yeah,
never
as long
fucked
as
with
you've been
settings.
updating your phone as it goes.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Apple Music just had a huge update not too long ago.
It was
so
like
that-
within
that
the last
alone
6
should have
7
done
months.
it, but they've had those settings for years.
Yep. I don't know. I just never had it on my phone. I've never looked in there either.
7 out of 10. Don't play this at the function. Only listen to this if you're by yourself.
I think mine was a 7.5 out of 10. Pretty good album. Great for like driving somewhere. Probably not going to turn it on and pay attention to it 100% again, but
This
in
is
the
good for
background
like
sure.
a cooking sesh, you know. We like you and your buddy
Yeah.
got to sit down and hammer something out.
Write
This
a
is
script.
yeah, exactly. This is like if I have this album by the
Total
time we
script
write the
style.
script, it's going on in the background.
Mm.
Actually, what's going on in the background is the Strings of Mexico.
Yes, sir.
That's what's going on. And that Jay-Z record that I'm not supposed to have. There's a giant sticker across like both sides of it that say, "Do not sell, not for resale." It's supposed to be like a shock jock, like basically 4 samples. It's not any albums or specific EPs. Like it's not one. It's just 4 random Jay-Z songs. I don't even think they were good ones. Yeah, that moves us into talking about. Thanks, Natalie Shea, for this album. If you have not seen it yet, go
Thanks.
check out her video. She's an absolute delight, even though, actually, we all kind of like this album a little bit, at least. Like, comment, subscribe.
Hey, there was only a couple parts that I didn't like.
Yeah,
I liked
exactly.
like the rest of it.
Other than that, next week's album is,
Hold on, I got the list.
it's got a fucking Excel sheet.
I have to keep track of our shit.
I believe it's Pod by Breeder.
Yep. Next week, join us where Carson and Carl will host Pod by Breeders.
Woo! All right. See y'all.